Europe's economy had a very happy new year, stunning analysts with a surprise growth spurt in the first quarter and a jump in job numbers across the Eurozone. Despite uncertainty over Brexit and a slowdown in key markets like China, GDP across the 19 nations that use the euro grew 0.4% in the first 3 months of the year, double the growth in the previous quarter. Italy's rebound is a highlight. The latest Eurostat figures show Europe's third largest economy has grown 0.2% in the first quarter, ending a 6-month recession. Spain's economic recovery is also picking up pace thanks to strong investment. It expanded 0.7% in the period, beating growth in the last quarter of 2018. And all of that has done wonders for jobs across the currency bloc and the wider European Union. Unemployment in the Eurozone has dropped to a 10-year low, while joblessness in the EU is the lowest it's been in nearly 2 decades. Okay, well, let's get more on this remarkable outcome now from TRT World's editor-at-large, Craig Copetas, who joins us now from Paris. Hi, Craig. In recent times, I think many analysts, including ourselves, have been predicting or warning of a slowdown in Europe, not to mention the wider economy. So why are we seeing this surprise comeback from Europe itself?
Well, we're seeing it in Italy because the agricultural sector has posted unexpected growth. Oscar, it's time to celebrate. Okay, let's stop. Italy is back to growth by the hair of an artichoke. The Standard & Poor's is still saying Italy will stagnate this year. The crisis in Europe remains severe. The Italian economy remains under stress. And what we're seeing in Europe is less than a modest recovery. And I know you mentioned the unemployment figures. Notice how they didn't say what the wages were being paid to these workers who are now employed. There's a lot of statistics that Eurostat did not release. Nonetheless, this is very good news.
It sure is. Now let's talk about Italy, because I think that result surprised the most, because it showed that the economy, the third largest economy in Europe, in fact, snapped out of a 6-month-long recession, so defying fears of a wider slowdown in the Eurozone, but particularly in Italy. So what is behind that particularly?
It goes back, it really was, if you really look at the numbers, it was the agricultural sector. And, you know, it's only, they had forecast 0.1, and now it's 0.2, which is great. But, you know, I look at the markets and the psychology of the markets. This news is not on page 1 of the Wall Street Journal. The psychology of the market is to think quarter to quarter, framed against the long term. And what the markets are saying right now, and I've spoken with some people at S&P today, they said, this is great. What are you doing for me tomorrow? And that's what the problem is. The markets think quarter to quarter.
That's right. And we know that obviously there's a populist government in power in Italy. It's attempted to defy EU rules on budget spending. Do you think this will further embolden that government to stick to its plans, keep on spending, even if it is against the EU's wishes?
Oh, I think so. And they have a mandate from the electorate to go down that path. But, you know, you cannot avoid the market continuing with gloomy predictions. Look, this is all about everything we talk about here on the rebirth of Europe has to be looked at through the lens of the 08-09 crisis. And what we don't have right now are the mechanics, the tools to avoid another crisis, like interest rates. Interest rates in Europe are low, some places 0. So there's not a great deal of things to cut. And then, as Hank Paulson commenting on the spurts of growth said recently, he was the Secretary of the Treasury under President George Bush who helped engineer the recovery of 08-09. He has said that the regulatory systems globally have not kept up with the financial systems. And he sees that as a problem going forward if there is another, dare we say the word, recession.
Okay, well, we'll see if this is indeed just a blip
But
or...
celebrate, just be cautious.
That's right. Okay, great, Copetas in Paris. Thanks as always.